And we are live. January 3rd, 2020. Thank you for your patience as I have tried to work through some things that I was trying to do. I trying to do something different, wanted to add some dynamics to the live streams, and I just couldn't figure it out. I was trying to do this OBS thing. It's very intuitive. It is really customizable. There's a lot of different things you could do, but just way too involved than I could understand initially. I've been trying to figure it out for days. I can't figure it out. I don't know. We'll have to give it another shot, but I'm going to have to do it at another time because the show's got to go on. Anyways, there's tons and tons of comments already here from those of you that are here. Maybe you are still in the live. We have Alan, possibly. Nintendo 504 is in the house. Pete's here moderating. TM Productions is here tonight. Gene, good to have you on. Stace as well. Glad you guys could be here. Rafi got the big wrench. Watch yourself. Jacob is here. Good to have you on. Who else is in the house tonight? Tom is here. As I'm kind of going through roll call. Greg A is in the house. He may be moderating tonight as well. Faye, big shout out to Faye. Thanks for the donation today, Faye. I saw like a $10 super chat earlier, so I do want to thank you for that. I don't even know what happened to the last live stream, technical difficulties, and I had to make a new one and all that. But I would also like to welcome Faye to the Patreon. So big shout out to her becoming a part of the moderators as well. So I will be knighting Faye here shortly as I try to do that, actually. Let me see if I can kind of sort of figure that out. I might be able to do it. Let's see if I can figure it out here. And since Faye's like at all of my live streams, and she's always here supporting, I may as well give her those moderating duties. If she likes it, she may do that. If she doesn't end up liking it or wanting to do it, we could definitely not, force that upon anybody. I like to empower the community, and you know how that goes. Anyways, so what I've got to do is I've got to look for Faye in the live chat. And if I can locate her, I can give her the wrench. It's all about that wrench life, All right, let's see if I could. No, I can't. I don't know if she's even in here anymore. I do not see Faye in here. I don't know what happened. Oh, man, it's been some kind of night with this. Yeah, I have no idea where are the, so participants. Maybe I could find her in here like that. Oh, maybe she's gone. That's why. Okay. Well, when she gets back, we'll be sure to do that. Because I don't see her anymore. Okay, we'll see what happens. Anyway, hopefully I didn't miss any live chats, super chats, or anything like that. Back to what I was doing. Oh, yeah. All right, so where are we at here in this thing? Oh, and make sure you guys let me know how the audio and the video is feeding. 52 in the live. Good to have you guys on tonight. What's up, Carlos? Good to have you on, sir. I'll be on here for about an hour tonight. I got to stick to it. I'm not going to be able to do much other than that. So pretty much by 11 o'clock, I will be done. So we're going to try to get to everything, all of my goals, my mission for the evening. Happy New Year to you, Stace. Good to have you on. Tom says the king of all telecom news. That's pretty funny. I don't know if I'm worthy of a king status, but I'll be a royal subject, I guess. That's cool. Who else is here? All right, straight out of North Korea, King Jong-un is here. Yeah, let's get them likes up. Very much so. Might get skunked on it. True dat. True dat. Waiting on my Chipotle delivery. Sounds good. Get yourself something to eat. What's up, Miku? Audio and video is good. Sweet. Ace need this hometown custom PC. I'm on my personal page as Jamie. What's up with that? Oh, okay, Jamie. Got you. All right. Now I understand what you're saying. Can't see or hear anything. Faye's not ready. Okay. All right. No problem, Faye. Faye, if you're ready to be a moderator, love to have you moderating. That would be awesome. All you got to do is basically keep the peace in the live chat. You see something going down, somebody's getting out of line, potty mouth, name calling, disrespect. You just bang that wrench on them, you know. You could time them out. You could silence them. You could ban them. You could do a number of things. I trust you with that duty if you decided you wanted to take it on. So just let me know if you're cool with it. And if you are, we'll knight you and you can hold it down for me. Scott is in the house. I'm doing pretty good, buddy. How are you? SMT, the needle in John Leisure's spine, man. I don't know. Audio and video is good. Excellent. Good to know. Yeah, so if you just let me know if that's something you want to do. I'd love to have you on and moderating. That would be awesome. Just let me know you're cool with it. Give me the okay. Faye. If not, we can hold off. You could tell me whenever you're ready. I don't really care. Who else we got here? What's up, Cash Games? What's happening? Have you seen how bad Verizon has been treating with speeds in Florida? I'm going to take a look at that today, actually. What I want to do with you guys today is I want to take a look at the Root Metrics report today and pick out some of the major markets that we can, you know, where some of you guys maybe live in or near. We could take a look at coverage around the nation. I'll definitely be doing my market so you guys can see what I'm kind of living, what I've been seeing, and why I feel like Root Metrics is pretty accurate. A lot of people like to poo-poo Root Metrics because they say Verizon always wins and Verizon must be paid off. The truth of the matter is it's pretty accurate because I use all 4 carriers in the CLA, and honestly, it's accurate in my opinion. I mean, I've tested it for months and years in some cases. You know, all right, awesome. Bruce, good to have you on. Landon, good to have you on as well. So yeah, we'll do that. All right, so what I'm going to start doing is I'm going to start sharing my screen with you guys. And we could start looking at some of the different things that are that we see as, I guess, part of the report. What I'll probably do is I'll probably just do the full screen so you guys can see as much of it as possible. All right, so here's what we're going to do. I'm going to go ahead and wait for you guys in the live. Somebody go ahead and shout out a market that they want me to look at, and we can get to viewing some of them. So we'll start with the CLE. I think we'll do that. So if you go to the Root Metrics website, you guys will see here, trusted source for real-world mobile performance insights. Tells you your mission, how they do their testing, trusted results, yada, yada. Okay, great. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to Root Score Reports. Okay. And I am going to, you can see where it says the different types of reports you can click on. You can see you could pull up the map and you could do metro area. You can go state or national. We're going to do metro area, and we're going to look at report period. Why is this coverage map? Okay, cool. We're just looking at some of this. You could pick, there's like the coverage map for AT&T. You could switch this to Verizon. You could switch it to T-Mobile. Now, right away, you could see based on their testing, which networks offer the most coverage. So here's Verizon. Every area covered by Verizon. See, it's very, very colored in. Just a little bit of, you know, action out west where it's not covered. But you can see the main freeways are probably still covered. Just some isolated areas where you can't get coverage. Here's AT&T's. You can see it's very, very similar. There's a little bit more visible white You could see the red is where there's bad coverage, but there is coverage. You could see the white is where it's been untested, so no confirmation there. Orange is poor, yellow is fair, and the green color is good. It's like a bluish green. All right, here's T-Mobile's. Not bad, in my opinion. There are some spots, right? So, and then here's Sprint. There's a lot more red and a lot more untested areas. So just something to consider. Now that's call performance. If you are to go to, these different options here, you can see the drop-down tab. All right, so those are the coverage maps. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to the reports. And we've got second half 2019. I don't know if you guys can see it on the right. I'm trying to have it as, visible as possible here. So if you look on the right-hand side of the screen, it'll say second half 2019, and you'll see it's got the overall score. It's got the market named. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to change the overall. I want to change the way that this interaction is here. Okay, so here's all roads. Here's where we need to look. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch this so it's in alphabetical order, starting with the letter A. I'm going to pick my home area. This is where I play, and this is where I work. And you can see the results for Cleveland, Ohio. I don't know if you guys can see the detail there or not. All right, so that is Cleveland, Ohio. This is according to Root Metrics, Root Score. Overall performance, we've got red and blue dots. So overall, the best carriers to have, the top two, are Verizon and AT&T. According to Root Metrics, they are indiscernible in terms of performance. In network reliability, also goes to Verizon and AT&T. So if you look at the scores, overall, Verizon at 98.1, AT&T at 97.8, very minimal difference there. And even if you look at T-Mobile, they're only back like a percentage and a half, 1.3% from AT&T. So in my opinion, if you're in the CLE and you want the best carrier, you're either choosing between Verizon or AT&T. And you can even throw T-Mobile in there because they're pretty close to AT&T. It's not really that far off by like 1.3. And then Sprint's back at 90.5. So there's a clear difference between third T-Mobile and fourth Sprint in the CLE. And that's overall score. But there's a couple things we want to look at. One thing I like to look at is network reliability. So, so you can look back at the award history here. All right, so for network reliability, Verizon at 99.4, AT&T at 99.2, T-Mobile at 98.5. See, those three scores are pretty close. If you could save money with T-Mobile over Verizon and AT&T, it almost seems like it's worth it because your network reliability is pretty close. Sprint falls down to 93.1, so they're pretty far off. Anyways, if you go to network speed, it's Verizon. AT&T is not that far away. So Verizon 94, AT&T 93.3. That's not really a big deal to me. Even T-Mobile at 90.4. Yeah, there's a nice little separation between AT&T and T-Mobile. Sprint's the only carrier under 90 at 87.2 for network speed. And that's true. Like, I've been testing Sprint for several weeks in the CLE, and there are some places where the speeds are really slow. There's some places where they're fast, but there's also a lot of places where it's slow. Verizon takes the cake here with AT&T a close number 2, and T-Mobile clearly in a third position. All right, so here's network speed. Verizon at 97.4, AT&T at 97.2. Those are very close. I don't remember a time where AT&T and Verizon were this close in CLE. AT&T has definitely caught up quite a bit. T-Mobile at 95.8, so clearly a third position, and then Sprint at 93.9. If you look down here on the left-hand side, it'll say Verizon recorded the fastest median download speed at 52.1. T-Mobile, the fastest median upload speed at 14.2. In my testing, I would confirm that that's pretty accurate. I would have thought that AT&T might have been as fast as Verizon in terms of median speed. I wonder what it was for AT&T. There's Verizon's median download speed at 52.1. Downloading a high-definition TV show would typically take about 2 minutes. So it tells you, like, real-world usage, what that means. And at T-Mobile's median speed, let's click on this more. Uploading a picture to social media would take about 2 seconds. And that's true. T-Mobile's upload speeds are really good here in the CLE. I've enjoyed it very much. All right, let's look at call performance, something very, very underrated. I don't see a lot of people bringing this up. Verizon at 98.9, AT&T at 98.4, T-Mobile at 97.3. That's all pretty close. I can say that all three of those are probably pretty accurate for call. For Sprint, 84.8. If you look at that spread, T-Mobile's third at 97.3. Sprint's fourth at 84.8. That's a huge distinction. And I think the problem there is Sprint doesn't have voice over LTE nationwide on all devices. So because of that, I think that hurts their score there. The overall call quality is probably compromised because of that. And that's probably what's going on there. And something that really shouldn't be an issue is texting. AT&T at 99.6, Verizon at 99, T-Mobile at 98.5, and Sprint at 98.1. So all very respectable there. And I think, it doesn't matter. Sprint's doing it over CDMA, so is Verizon, on all their phones that are CDMA phones. I don't know. T-Mobile's doing it at a pretty high rate. I don't see any issue there. Now let's look at the CLE root score over the course of the last few halves. You'll see that overall performance, it's been AT&T and Verizon pretty much the whole way. In 2015, it was Verizon and T-Mobile, but we haven't seen T-Mobile as the overall performer here. You can see network reliability. Again, a lot of AT&T, a lot of Verizon. Network speed, a lot of Verizon. You could see T-Mobile in second half of 2018, last year at this time, they had really good network speed. Looks like they've fallen off a bit. I think that's some of that congestion. You could see data performance. You can see Verizon's dominated, all red dots in the last couple of years. Call performance, Verizon, AT&T. Second half of 2017, all carriers had good call performance. I wonder what's been going on with Sprint that they've fallen off so much. And then text performance, really all carriers should be there. I'm not sure, why that's such a distinction there, but whatever. You can see the scores for call performance or text performance is pretty close. All right, so that's the CLE. I'd like to do one more market. So I'd like to see if anybody has kind of give me a market to take a look at. So I'm going to go back into the live. Let's pick a market. I don't see anybody. Nobody picked a market. Oh, Milwaukee, Wisconsin. All right, let's pick Milwaukee for Matt Dubb. All right, so what we'll do is we'll scroll down. We'll click out of this. Let's find Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Here we go. And we click on Milwaukee, and the overall performer here at 97 is AT&T. Verizon at 96.9. They're very, very close. So you would probably have a similar experience between those two carriers. T-Mobile at 94.2. Sprint, the only carrier under 90 at 88.8. For network reliability, you see AT&T and Verizon still taking the cake. T-Mobile back a little bit in third, and then Sprint back a lot at fourth. Network speeds, Verizon takes the cake, AT&T right on their heels. A little bit of a gap with T-Mobile at 87 and then Sprint at 82.2. Pretty big separation there. I would guess that Sprint's network speeds are pretty bad in Milwaukee. Data performance, again, Verizon, AT&T dominating very close at 96.2 respectively. And then T-Mobile at 93.6 and Sprint the only carrier under 90. Seems to be a trend. Wow. Call performance, 97.8 for AT&T, 97.5 for Verizon, 94.6 for T-Mobile, and 87.8 for Sprint. Sprint not doing good there. And then for texting, they're very, very close. Wow. AT&T, 99.5 rating for texting. That's pretty high. Verizon at 98.4. Sprint at 98.3. Very good there. That's good. T-Mobile at 96.3. Nice to see Sprint sliding in at number 2 for one of the tests. And here's how you could see how each carrier has been doing over the last several testing years and halves. And you know what? Since we kind of flew through that one, maybe we'll pick another market. I'll just slide randomly down to here. Let's see here. Somebody. All right. Faye picks Florida. Let's go Jacksonville, Florida. All right. So we're going to slide down here and we're going to find Jacksonville. Boom. Jacksonville. All right. So for Jacksonville, Faye, we got a 3-way tie. Wow. I don't know if I've ever seen a 3-way tie. All right. They're basically saying T-Mobile, Verizon, and AT&T are very similar in performing in Jacksonville, Florida. You would likely have a very good experience in using T-Mobile in Jacksonville, Verizon, or AT&T. They got Sprint marked down as the only carrier rated under a 90 in this market. So T-Mobile 97.9, Verizon 97.7, AT&T 97.6, and Sprint 89.4. So if you have Sprint, Jacksonville is not good. Network reliability plays out the same way. Really, really reliable networks. Verizon 99.3, AT&T 99.2, T-Mobile 99.1, and then way back at 92.1 is Sprint. Network speed, T-Mobile has taken the cake there. That's really nice. Very, very good for them. 94.6. Verizon at 92.3, AT&T 91.7, and then Sprint all the way back at 85.5. Data performance, T-Mobile seems to really be doing good here. Looks like T-Mobile is the company to have in Jacksonville. Verizon 96.5, AT&T 96.1, and Sprint back at 92.7. Call performance, wow, Sprint sucks in calling in Jacksonville. 83.7. The rest of them are all over 98. And then for texting performance, they're all pretty close. 99, 98. So they're all tight there. So in Jacksonville, Faye, it looks like T-Mobile is a great option. The Steady 2, Verizon, AT&T are both very good options as well. All right, so that's what we got going on there. In my opinion, I don't know, it's based on the results. You can kind of see, like, if you just X out of this and you look for yellow, you'll see that Sprint doesn't really have, like, I'm looking for a market where they recommend Sprint as the best carrier overall in a market, and I don't see any yellow on any of them. Come on, Sprint. No, nothing. There's not a single market listed for the root score reports overall that recommends Sprint as the number one carrier. So that's kind of disappointing. So no overall rankings where Sprint takes it. Let's look at reliability. If there's any markets where Sprint is good, because, Sprint's very competitive with pricing. If Sprint's good in your area, you definitely want to take advantage of it because they are very competitive with pricing. They give you great options for like leasing and buying phones and stuff like that. Nothing. There are no markets listed that have Sprint as the best overall for reliability. All right, let's check speeds for Sprint. Any market where Sprint's got the best speeds? No. None for speed. Man, that's a bummer. All right, so Sprint doesn't have any markets where they're number one in speed. What is this? Data? Any markets where they're number one in data? No. Man. Really hard to recommend Sprint in any market knowing that they're not number one. Now, they could be pretty close to number one in some of them, possibly. Calling? Anywhere? Wow. It's kind of sad, actually. Love to celebrate some of the markets where Sprint's the best carrier, but according to Root Metrics, that's a no-go. The only thing I could say, it looks like Sprint's got good texting, if that's, something to, wet your whistle on, I guess. So that's disappointing. No action. Faye says Sprint stinks just like the Jags. Oh, God. That stinks. Big shout out to Chanel 808. Do Hawaii next. All right, we could do Hawaii. That's cool. We got time to do it. Let's do Hawaii now. All right, so Hawaii. Is there maybe Honolulu or something? What would be the major cities in Hawaii? I don't see anything listed there. I don't know many cities in Hawaii. So, but I don't see anything mentioned here. Looks like we can't do Hawaii, bruh. Sorry, man. Maybe we'll check out another one. Honolulu. Yeah, that's what I figured, Honolulu. But I don't see it in here. They don't have it listed. No listing. Chicago, Illinois for Bob. Let's do Chicago. It's a big market. All right, Chicago. All right, number one overall carrier, Verizon, 98.3, AT&T at 98.2, T-Mobile at 98.1, and Sprint at 94.6. And in my opinion, I hear Sprint's pretty good in Chicago, so you could probably get away with having any one of the big four, probably be, doing just fine. Network reliability, they're really, really close. You guys can see there. Sprint's actually pretty reliable at 97.1. To me, based on how close those scores are, I could recommend any one of those four. So to me, I wouldn't distinguish any of those. For network speeds, looks like AT&T and Verizon are very close, and T-Mobile. Sprint's the only one under 90. The rest of them are all over 90. Here's data performance. Verizon is the best, 97.4. AT&T 97.3. T-Mobile 97.2, and Sprint 94.8. Call performance, 99.6. I don't understand. Like, Verizon's 99.6, AT&T's 99.5, T-Mobile's 99.3, and then Sprint's 93.9. They're so far back in calling. Like, why? It's got to be voice over LTE. This whole whatever. And if you look here at text performance, they're all pretty much really, really good. So I don't know, but to me, like texting, like that's the easiest thing for a carrier to accomplish is text messaging. Let's see. Sprint is pretty good in Chicago. Yeah, that's probably what I think. When I look at these scores and these numbers and what they represent, it's just to give you a good idea of how it performs in that city. Let's see let's check Vegas, because the homie Carlos is always there, right? He lives there. Let's see what they got going on there. Verizon 97.8, T-Mobile 97.3, AT&T 96.7, and then Sprint 89.5. Why is Sprint so far back all the time? I mean, it's not even close. It's like the big three, and then Sprint's like way back. Here's network reliability. Again, Sprint really far behind. Network speed. Wow, you could totally tell Vegas is a congested area. They need spectrum. They need sites or something. Verizon at 91.9, AT&T 91.4, T-Mobile 89.5, Sprint 86.1. Data performance. It looks like Verizon, AT&T, and T-Mobile are all within 1 percentage point. And then Sprint's not too far behind at 93.3. Call performance, wow. All right, so in Vegas, Sprint calling is atrocious. Verizon 99.3, T-Mobile 99.3, AT&T 97.4, Sprint 83.2. So Sprint is like really far back in calling in Vegas, like 14 percentage points back. So if you are in Vegas and you have Sprint, calling may be your worst method of communication according to Root Metrics. And there's your text performance, which again shouldn't take too much. Let's see. Any other areas to look for here? Any other markets? Oh, do Miami, Florida. All right, Cash Game says do Miami. Let's do Miami. All right, so we click on Miami. Who is the carrier to have in Miami? T-Mobile is the carrier to have in Miami overall. Sprint has an overall score of 84.4, 12 back of third place. Wow. All right, T-Mobile 99 for network reliability, Verizon at 99, AT&T 98.4, and Sprint like 10 percentage points back at 87.9. That is the first score I've seen under 80 network speed for Sprint. So Cash Games, if you're familiar with Sprint in the Miami area, could you confirm that the network speeds are really slow? Because that's basically what Root Metrics is saying. AT&T at 89.5, Verizon at 92.1, T-Mobile at 92.9. So it looks like a fast network region for T-Mobile in Miami. Data performance, Sprint again below 89. The rest are all over 94. Call performance, Sprint at 76.8. The rest of them over 98. That's really bad. It's just bad. All right. So I don't know. I couldn't tell you why Sprint has such bad calling performance and calling metrics, but their texting is good. I don't know, maybe just texting just doesn't take much to operate it. So I don't know. Maybe you could kind of confirm Cash Games if that's what it is. Seattle for Sprint. All right, let's see how good Sprint is in Seattle. Sprint in Seattle. Where's Seattle? Okay. Here we go. Seattle. Verizon is number 1 overall. AT&T 2, T-Mobile 3, and then Sprint a few percentage points back. Network reliability, they all look pretty good, actually. Even Sprint's hanging in there at 96.2. Network speed, AT&T's number 1. Sprint's clearly in 4th, but they're not that far back. They're only like 3 percentage points back from 3rd. God, man, this is so awful. It makes Sprint look really bad. Data performance, AT&T at 1, Verizon at 2. They're very close. T-Mobile's off by like a percentage point from 2nd, so they're pretty close. And then Sprint's not that far back. It actually, my kind of takeaway from Seattle, it looks like Sprint's doable for data. I mean, their network speeds aren't not as fast, but they look okay. It looks serviceable. Again, calling from Sprint way back at 92.9. The rest of them are all over 97. And then text performance, it's almost like something we don't even really think about anymore. All right, so Seattle's not bad for Sprint, actually. That's kind of good. I don't know if anybody's from the Seattle area. They could kind of chime in on that. Maybe confirm. We got a super chat from Nathan. What's up, Nathan? Thanks for the super chat, man. SLC or Provo, Utah. Let's see. What do we got for Utah? All right, Provo, Utah it is. All right, so here's our takeaway for Provo, Utah. Verizon's out in front at 97.4, AT&T 96.1. Sprint coming in at 3rd. That's nice to see finally. Something other than 4th place at 92, and then T-Mobile at 91.1. It looks like T-Mobile's not a very good performer in Provo, Utah. Network reliability, it looks like Verizon's, clearly number 1, AT&T's number 2, T-Mobile at 3, and Sprint. Sprint looks serviceable in Provo. Network reliability, it looks okay. Oh, God. Okay. This is interesting. I have never seen a score this low. Verizon at 91.3 for network speed. AT&T is 87.9. Sprint 85.9. And T-Mobile 69.6. That is the largest discernible, measurable difference I think I've ever seen. That's an extreme swing. So in Provo, Utah, I don't know if you can confirm this, Nathan. T-Mobile is really slow, and that's pretty noticeable. It seems like Verizon is the fastest carrier, and it's not even close. All right, data performance. Again, T-Mobile lagging behind. They're the worst carrier in performance. Verizon really far ahead at 96. Call performance, Verizon, AT&T look pretty good. T-Mobile's not bad, and Sprint looks pretty, well, the worst of the 4. And then text performance, yeah, they all look fine. That's interesting. Provo, Utah. Tough to be a carrier out there, huh? That's nuts. Let's see. Who else? Salt Lake City, you say? All right. Salt Lake City. Okay. Utah. Salt Lake City, Utah. Verizon number 1, AT&T pretty close, T-Mobile close to AT&T, and then Sprint way back at 90.9. Network reliability, they're all pretty close except Sprint. They're about 5 percentage points back from 3rd. Network speed, they're all over 91 except Sprint. They're at 86. Data performance, they're all over 96 except Sprint. They're under 94. Call performance, Verizon, AT&T, T-Mobile are very good, all over 97. Sprint at 86.3. Bad calling for Sprint. And then the texting, everybody's pretty good there. So looks like Salt Lake City, you're good with Verizon and AT&T and even T-Mobile. The issue, Sprint doesn't look to be a very good carrier there. The theme of the night, Sprint not very good in a lot of these markets. Aiden says, wouldn't you think with less people are in a carrier like Sprint, wouldn't the speeds be better? The problem with Sprint, I mean, they have to upgrade sites. And if that's not the issue, sometimes it's the fact that they don't have enough sites. So because the signal's weaker, the speeds are usually slower. So it's not an issue of congestion. It's just an issue of density of macro sites. Sprint was the bane of existence. I hated it. Sheesh. All right, let's check out San Diego for Yes Chair. What's up, bro? San Diego. All right, San Diego, AT&T country, Verizon country, and T-Mobile country. They're all over 96, except Sprint. They're at 89.7. Network reliability, all are over 98, except Sprint. They're at 92. Network speed, all are over 90, except Sprint. They're at 85.6. Data performance, all are over 95, except Sprint is at 91.8. Call performance, Sprint is atrocious. Again, all carriers over 96, except Sprint at 85.7. Well, at least Sprint tied for first in this one for texting. Yeah, good for them. Let's see here. Ray's Mobile Carrier News says, let's check out Owasso, Michigan. I don't even know if I've ever heard of that place. No Owasso, Michigan here. Not listed. So we'll have to check out something else here. Let's check out Colorado Springs. Colorado. All right, they all look pretty usable here. 97 for Verizon, AT&T 95, T-Mobile 95, Sprint almost 95. All right. Network reliability, they're all really good. Network speed, they're all pretty close. Sprint's back, but not that different than the rest of them. Data performance, wow, they're very, very close. Call performance, again, they're all pretty close. Hey, Sprint's got a third there. Nice. And text performance, they're all pretty much the same. Nice. So in Colorado Springs, you can like pretty much have any carrier you want, and they all perform pretty similarly. That's pretty nice. All right, Ray's Mobile Carrier News. Let's try Lansing, Michigan, since the last one didn't work. All right, Lansing, Michigan. All right, Lansing, Michigan. It looks like Verizon and AT&T and T-Mobile are pretty good, all over 97. Sprint's at 93.5. Network reliability. Wow, Verizon had a perfect score of 100. I've never seen that. So Lansing, Michigan is Verizon country for network reliability. They must have a lot of towers in Lansing, Michigan, because even Sprint's at 96.3. That's pretty good. Network speed for Sprint is poor, 86.4. The rest are all over 92. Data performance, Verizon first, T-Mobile second, AT&T very close second. Call performance, they're all over 98. Verizon 100, rated 100 for call performance. AT&T almost perfect. T-Mobile at 98.2, Sprint at 92.5. And they're all good at texting. All right, awesome. All right, Obed, we'll do Boston for you, bruh. Boston. No. Let's see what Boston's like. All right. According to this, Boston is Verizon country. AT&T second, T-Mobile kind of a distant third, and Sprint a very distant fourth. That's a bad overall score for Sprint, 87.5. Network reliability, 98 for Verizon, 97 for AT&T, 95 for T-Mobile, 90 for Sprint. Network speed, all are over 90. Sprint's at 83.7. Data performance, 95 for Verizon, 95 for AT&T, 95 for T-Mobile, 90 for Sprint. Call performance, Verizon 98, AT&T 95, T-Mobile 90, Sprint 82. And text performance, they're all pretty much the same. So there you go there for Boston, Massachusetts. Ooh, that's a good idea. Let's try Sprint in Kansas. All right, Aiden, let's try that. Let's try a city in Kansas. So let's see. What would be a good city for Kansas? What's their headquarters again for Sprint? Kansas. They're in Kansas, aren't they? What city is that? Kansas City, Missouri. Thought we were doing something in Kansas. What's the headquarters? Is it Orchard Park, Kansas? Is that what it is? Oh, they don't have it. Let's see what else they got. Let's see. Man, they don't have anything for Kansas, really? That was a good idea. Kansas, I don't see anything. Really? They don't have any data from Kansas up here? Man. Wow, that stinks. There's nothing up here for Kansas. Oh, here's some. Wichita. Okay. I guess we'll try Wichita. All right, so not good. 85.4 for Sprint. The rest of them are all over 96. All of them are over 98 for network reliability, except Sprint at 87.2. Network speed, they're all over 91, except for Sprint, they're at 84. Network performance, all over 96, except Sprint, 89.1. 78.7 for call performance for Sprint. The rest are all over 95. All right, so even in their home state, not very good. Wichita for Sprint. Bummer. Overland Park, that's what it is. Yeah. All right, Kansas City. That's not in Kansas. That's in Missouri. We'll do it anyways. Kansas City, Missouri. See, Kansas City, where we go? Okay. All right, Kansas City is Verizon country. AT&T and T-Mobile very close. Sprint a distant fourth. 86.9 overall. Sprint the only one under 99. They're at 89.3 for network reliability. Network speed, Verizon 92, AT&T 92, T-Mobile 92, Sprint 84. Data performance all over 96 except Sprint at 91. All right. Let me go ahead and give you guys the rundown here. All right, we're done with this. Okay. Here's what I want to say as I take a sip of my drink. 89 people in the live. It's good to have you guys on. Look, if one was to just view root metrics as the only measure of performance, obviously that's, it's a little bit misguided. You don't want to just say, well, I'm just going to use root metrics to figure out which carrier I'm going to go with or who I'm going to, spend my money with. You never want to do that. But if you like your carrier and you've been using it for a while, I would say try to use this, as like a confirming tool. Like, is root metrics accurate? Like, if you have Verizon in an area where root metrics says it's really, really good and you find it to be really, really good, it just confirms to you that you're using the right carrier. Some people, like, let's say, for example, Verizon's rated 97 for data and T-Mobile's rated 96 and AT&T's rated 98. They're all really close. Maybe Sprint's rated 92, 94, 95. If that's the case, you choose between whoever you want. Whichever provider is going to give you the service that you want for the price that you want. So again, I say, and I cover all of that. It's just something nice to look at and use as a comparative tool. It's a tool. There's no one tool to do everything, right? So root metrics is one collection of data from one party who investigates data performance, network reliability, calling, texting. They look at these measurables and they score them according to how their devices score connected to those networks in that area at that time. In my opinion, and I've been testing networks in Cleveland forever, it's accurate. T-Mobile is very good. AT&T is very good. Verizon is very good. Do all of the networks have flaws? Sure. Sprint's also usable in Cleveland. It's not as good as T-Mobile. It's not as good as AT&T. It's not as good as Verizon, but it's fine. It's usable. If Verizon is charging you $90 for a single line of unlimited data, and AT&T is charging you $85, and T-Mobile's charging you $75, and Sprint's charging you $55, and Sprint's serviceable, if Sprint's an option for you, use them. If they can save you money, you go with them. And again, pricing all depends on promotion, how many lines you have there. You take it all into consideration. But I could tell you right now, based on the Root Metrics scores from half two of 2019, they are pretty accurate in my testing experience here in the CLE. I don't know. You guys tell me in the live chat. Do you feel that the Root Metric report is accurate for your city? If it is, great. Continue to use that tool if you think it's a reliable source of information. If you think it's inaccurate, tell me. I'd love to hear what you guys have to say. I'll highlight your comment in the live chat. Let me know if it's accurate. Let me know if you think it's inaccurate for your market. I'd love to hear what you guys have to say on that. Got the hammer on it, Carlos. Hey, Carlos, would you say that the Root Metric report is accurate for Vegas? I kind of went over that with you. What do you think? Oh, and one more thing I'd like to highlight. It was for the time they tested it, but now it's not accurate at the moment. All right, so something has changed since half two of 2019. It's only been a week. Fabrizio says, at least in my area, I can confirm Sprint is receiving a lower score than it deserves. Oh, so maybe they're kind of... So you're basically saying that Sprint's a little bit better than what Root Metrics is indicating? Root Metrics seems like it's accurate in my area. What market is that, Matt Dub? Vegas, T-Mobile's slow. We buffered live on T-Mobile. Oh, that's true. I remember that. I get faster speed than friends of mine with Verizon in my area. Just keep in mind, the speed thing, it's they just rate it out of 100. So there's no they're not showing you a list of tests that they did and what the raw data was. Nick says, I don't think it's accurate because there are a lot of places that don't have AT&T, T-Mobile, and Sprint in Litchfield County, Connecticut, but it tells me it is covered. I don't know. They must have tested it when they were connected, because you can't run a test if you're not connected. So that, that's a thing. We had to use AT&T and Verizon hotspot. Yeah. Milwaukee. Okay. Gotcha. There's people too where speed is not even an issue or just trick emails. As long as they have their bars, they're happy. Grandma and grandma. Miku says pretty accurate in my market. What's up, little boy? Central Florida. I wonder what phones are being used to test. I'm guessing it's probably Galaxy devices, maybe iPhones. Who knows? I don't know. But hopefully they're using the same device. So maybe it's all a bunch of Galaxy S10s or something like that, or Note 10s or something. I don't know. Well, being that they had to use it for all of half two, so that would be, going through June to the end of the year. So that sounds like a Galaxy device to me. Probably the S10. Root Metrics tests all around an area, not just a few spots. I get 60 down where friends with Verizon don't in my same area. Take Root Metrics results with a grain of salt for very obvious reasons. Well, it's a collection of data, so it's usable information. I have an S9. For some reason, this device is fast. S9 is a very good device. It's running a Qualcomm Snapdragon 845. Galaxy S10, figured. Root Metrics is correct here for T-Mobile. Amazing speed and reliability. Verizon is inaccurate. Verizon is extremely slow and less reliable than T-Mobile and AT&T. Jerry says, in Louisville, Kentucky, Verizon, AT&T have the best coverage, but AT&T is much faster during the day. Can't watch YouTube. Okay, so you got congestion issues over there. Gotcha. I can pretty much confirm, in all of my travels in all the states that I've been in, Verizon does seem to offer the most LTE. It's just always connected to LTE. Very few times have I seen my phones, especially in the last few years, switch to anything like 3G or any type of legacy tech. It's pretty much always LTE. Before I forget to do it, I do want to share a little bit of stuff here. Hold on. I'm going to share a screen with you guys. I want to share a YouTube channel with you guys. This is Jacob Billet. This is a new YouTube channel that I actually just came across. I don't usually like highlight many channels. It's just like not really what I do. But this man was nice enough to highlight my channel. So what he does is every Friday he does a live stream, late afternoon, early evening, where he, does like YouTube channel highlights and spotlights. And I went into his live stream and I was hanging out in there. And then he said, if there's any YouTube channels out there that want to be highlighted and, be, basically shown to all of his subscribers and viewers, he would do it. And he highlighted my channel. And he was really, really nice, very kind. He offered me feedback. He offered me support. He was, basically kind of showing me off to all of his viewers and subscribers. And I appreciate it very much so. So if for somehow, some way, if Jacob is watching this, I want to thank you for taking the time to do that. Big shout out to Jacob Billet over on his channel. If you guys could, it's just the spelling of his name. That's the name of his channel. Check him out. If you could, subscribe to his channel, watch some of his videos, make a decision, if you want to, stick with him and subscribe. I could tell you guys his channel offers great insight, excellent information, really, really nice channel. He does a lot of different stuff on there, but definitely check it out. It's worth it. It's definitely worth your time. So check that out and, subscribe to his channel. And that's pretty much it. Other than that, that's really all I wanted to do with the highlighting of the channels. So, all right, let's go back to the live chat. Let's see where you guys are at. What's going on here? Cloud says, T-Mobile is throttling my hotspot on my TV right now to 0.5 megabit per second for Netflix. The tethering device itself gets 60 megs. Supposedly, I have 25 gigs of high-speed hotspot data. They're aggressively managing your network connection. That kind of sucks. All right, if Dish buys Boost, is Dish going to deploy 5G or LTE? They're deploying 5G. I don't know, what they're going to be doing for LTE because they've got an MVNO agreement for it's about 7 years. But they are going to need LTE as well. So it looks to me like they're going to be doing something with like DSS, dynamic spectrum sharing. Maybe they continue to operate LTE as an MVNO. I don't know. We'll have to see. But they're only really obligated to operate a 5G network. They've received the concessions and their MVNO deal through the DOJ negotiations. So that's all they're really held to. What's up, KML? Good to see you on tonight. Thanks for stopping by. Sorry I didn't get the notifications. YouTube's busted when it comes to the notifications. Sprint has a much smaller footprint. There are areas where I get nothing out in rural areas. I mean, it is what it is. Sprint's shutting down tower sites, trying to reduce their overhead, trying to reduce operating costs. It's their financial situation. There's not much they can do unless they get reinvestment. T-Mobile deprioritizes hotspot connections in congested areas. Very true. I've heard that they're very aggressive about that. Nick says LTE is covered by Verizon is 98.7, T-Mobile 97.8, AT&T 96, but Sprint is at 60% in Connecticut. That's pretty poor. The original owner of Boost going to buy it back or not and let Dish buy it along with Virgin Mobile. The DOJ wants to set up Dish for that, so there's not much Peter Adderton can do. He tried, 100% true, Alan. I think that's definitely accurate. Drama Queen for show. Will Sprint be permanently closing? No, they are trying to merge with T-Mobile. They'll be one company. Hope the judge doesn't block this merger. It's looking great for them right now. Yeah, I mean, we've been following the merger situation closely based on all the testimony, all the trial proceedings. Yeah, there's nothing really that indicates that it's going to be blocked. Cloud says, sucks because I'm on the highest plan, 25 gigs of high-speed LTE. I didn't even use 2 gigs yet. They need the merger, man. What else can I say? Still try to get well of being sick. I have laryngitis, bronchitis, and a sinus infection. Scott, man, I wish you a speedy and full recovery, man. It's terrible news. Cloud's about to switch to Visible, not to save money, but to get better unlimited service. That's a shame, because Visible is like a bottom of the totem pole prepaid MVNO. If they would be better than a postpaid T-Mobile hotspot, it's crazy. Sprint's not going to file bankruptcy, but we could see them become even more of a restricted regional carrier for sure. Did you turn off the 480p video cap? I don't know. What are you referring to? All right, so my goal was to be on here for an hour. We're approaching it. We're at like 55 minutes. We got 85 in the live. Good to have you guys. Glad you could stop by. Let's see here. Not good. I had that before. It really sucks. It lasted for 5 weeks. MT Houston, Texas in the house. What's up, brother? Thank you for the super chat, man. Appreciate you. Actually, I would like to do another YouTube channel highlight. Let's see if we can figure this out. All right. Let's do this. Let's highlight the homie, MT Houston, Texas. My boy got a YouTube channel. He does a lot of speed testing, things of that nature. Anyways, here's his channel. You guys can definitely subscribe. That would be awesome. I'd love to highlight his channel here. Huge supporter of the channel, friend of the show. Here you go. All right, so you guys can see I've already watched some of his videos. Oh, I missed one. I'm going to have to go back and watch that AT&T Band 14 one. Anyway, so you guys can see, some of the speed testing here. Let's click on this one. All right, so it gives you all the light show. Yeah. You can see he does a lot of speed testing there. Pretty much he does a lot of testing with T-Mobile. I always see a lot of AT&T testing. Anytime they have like carrier aggregation upgrades in his area or tower sites get upgraded, he covers all that. So it's pretty awesome. By the way, MT Houston, Texas, thank you again for the super chat. Big shout out to him for his contributions to the channel, as well as a big shout out to his channel itself. You can see all the videos he's done. Tons and tons of videos there. He's got his playlist. Let's see. He's got a couple there. Good stuff. All right. So big shout out to MT Houston, Texas. Let's get him some more subscribers. Subscribe to him. All right. All right. Big shout out to Jar Cohen for the super chat. Can't wait for the real 5G. Will the real 5G please stand up? Thank you so much, Jar Cohen, for that. And yeah, I definitely agree with that comment. We're kind of in, waiting stage, waiting for standalone 5G. And that's coming here in the second quarter, third quarter of 2020. All right, we got some new subscribers for you, MT Houston, Texas. Nice speeds, absolutely. Face said, if the merger doesn't go through and you have a contract, if it doesn't go through, I mean, your contract continues. Like if you've got an agreement on a device or a lease, you're riding it out until they figure out what else they're going to do with their company. Because the goal for Sprint is to do something different. They can't seem to put it together. So we're kind of in a waiting game. See if they merge with a big cable company or something like that. Carlos Bra with a super chat. Thanks, Carlos. And by the way, guys, Carlos, he's got a channel too. Carlos, what is your channel? Just your name? Let me see if I can find it here. It's probably like Carlos Tech or something. I know I have it in my subscriptions. Let me see if I can just do it that way. Come on. Where's the subscriptions tab here? All right, there we go. All right. Has Carlos done anything recently? Carlos. Where you at? He did a video yesterday. I know that. Man, how long ago was that? Oh, here it is. All right. So I'll go ahead and I'll put his link to his channel. It's Carlos S. All right. So let's highlight his channel. Boom. Bam. We're going to share the screen. Okay. So here's Carlos's channel. Everybody go ahead and subscribe to Carlos. Carlos. Carlos is a big-time friend of the show, personal friend of mine, huge contributor here on the channel. He does a lot of speed testing too. He's got 69 subscribers. Let's get him up. Let's get sub to his channel. He's got a bunch of speed test videos already up. He even does some of the kind of like the carrier news as well. So I'd like to, I guess, officially welcome him to the YouTube creator side and thank him for all the speed testing and the network sharing that he does. So big shout out to Carlos and thank you for that super chat. So everybody go ahead and get subscribed to Carlos S. There's the full screen layout. Carlos S. Check him out. Yeah. For the guy with the T-Mobile hotspot, he says he's getting 60 megabits when testing and slow speed on video streaming. He probably needs to turn off binge on feature. All right, so try that out. See if that helps. Nick says not real 5G not coming to T-Mobile until they build out 600 megahertz and the mid-band together. I should be doing some Mac repair recorded tomorrow, maybe a laptop. All right, we're looking forward to it, Pete. I agree, Chanel. He needs more subs. All right, we're at the 60-minute mark. Rafi, all right, we're getting there. And my drink is done, so like, boom, it's done and over with. Yeah, big shout out to the homie Carlos. All right. K Deuce says, I'm in Houston, Texas. You know what? Let's do Houston, Texas. Let's do that. That'll be our last thing for this evening. Let's check out Houston, Texas, and see which carrier seems to be performing best according to route metrics. Let's go. Houston, Texas. Houston. There we go. All right. According to route metrics, I'll go full size here. All right. According to route metrics, overall performance is Verizon at 97.9, AT&T 97.6, T-Mobile 97.1, Sprint 87.5. Wow. Okay, so network reliability, they're all over 99 except Sprint, they're at 90. Network speed, AT&T takes the cake. Verizon very close. T-Mobile also very close. Sprint's back about 7.5 percentage points from third. All right, data performance. Actually, data looks pretty good in Houston. AT&T and Verizon and T-Mobile all over 96. Sprint at 91. Call performance. Everybody seems good there except Sprint. Sprint's at 81. The rest are over 98. All right, and then there's texting. So I don't know if that's the case for Houston, if you guys are seeing the same thing, but great live stream. Thanks, Ref. Appreciate you, man. Thank you. What's up, Tech for Your Needs? Tech for Your Needs. Let's do one for you, bro. What city or market are you in? We're going to take a look at route metrics and see which networks are best where you live, and we'll see if route metrics is accurate. We'll make this one the last one for the evening. So Tech for Your Needs, if you want to tell us what market you are near or what market you frequent, we can take a look at route metrics and see if your carrier is good there or if they're bad there. India Durham, take it easy. Take care of yourself. Appreciate you being here tonight. All right. Pete says they have Denver. They don't have his home area, though. I could always do Denver. Oh, we already did Boston, Tech for Your Needs. We did Boston, but we're going to do it anyways for you because we love you, Tech for Your Needs. So let's do Boston again anyways. Let's see. Boston. Bam. Looks like Verizon Country. They're taking the cake there. Sprint dead last, 87.5. All right, so there's network reliability, Verizon, network speed, Verizon, data performance, Verizon, call performance, Verizon, and text performance, Verizon. Looks like Verizon Country, man. Oh, T-Mobile's your carrier? Looks like Verizon Country. Code, I didn't do LA. Maybe we'll do one more. LA. Los Angeles, California. All right, LA is a tight race amongst all three carriers. They're all scored pretty similarly. Sprint's pretty far back. Network reliability, they're all over 98 except Sprint's at 89.9. Looks like network speed, it's pretty much all the same except sprint. They're pretty far back. Data performance, they're all pretty close there. Sprint's actually not bad in data performance. That's good. Call performance, Sprint's at 78.7. The rest are at 97 or higher. All right. And Sprint comes in third in texting. Good for them. Okay. Can T-Mobile win just once? But they're really close on a lot of them. So, I mean, they could definitely be usable for a lot of people. It's not really about being first in something, It's like a kind of look at the entire analysis. What's up, Steve? Late to the party. Watch it on the replay. All right. Let's do some shout outs. I want to give a big shout out to all the moderators. Thank you guys for being here and taking care of me on the moderating side, holding down the big wrenches. Big shout out to all in the live, participated in the live chat. Big shout out to all my contributors that provided super chats. Big shout out to Faye. Let me see who else did some super chats. We got super chats from Carlos. We got super chats from Jar Cohen, MT Houston, Texas. I think there were a couple more, weren't there? A couple more super chats. Anyways, if I forgot your super chat, I'm sorry. Thank you for those contributions and your generous donations. Thank you so much. Other than that, I want to give some shout outs to Faye for becoming the newest member of the SMT Patreon. I think William also joined this week, so welcoming him as well. And I think Joel also joined last week. So welcome to all the new members of the Patreon community. If you guys want to become a part of that community, check that link out in the description box. It's there. We also got a new episode of the SMT Podcast coming out this Sunday. So check out the podcast. There's all types of links in the description box. You can watch it on Breaker. You can watch it on Radio Public, Google Podcasts, Spotify, Anchor. We just got added to a new podcast, actually. So check it out. We're kind of growing there, and we're doing more and more podcasts each week. So check that out. We also got the second YouTube channel, Sneed Mobile Tech Live Streams. I put a link in the description box for that. And there's also a sponsor link in there from Mastodon. If you guys want to really privatize your social media life, check that out. It's towards the bottom. You guys will see a link there. And I think that's pretty much it. I really only wanted to be on for about an hour. We're at like an hour and 8 minutes. So we came really, really close. This is probably the best timing I've ever done. So I'm proud of myself. Face cam, boom, right here. So I want to thank you guys for being here tonight. I want to thank you for watching. Please like this video on the way out. If you want to watch any part of this on the replay, go ahead and do that. And I will be moving this over to the archives on the other channels, Sneed Mobile Tech Live Streams. There's a link in the description box. You guys can get subscribed there. Go ahead and do that. Now, that wraps it up. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you had a good time tonight. I know I did. And it was a pleasure being here with you guys. Look forward to seeing you guys in the next video. You guys take it easy. I'm the SMT, and we will catch you very, very soon. Peace.